Hello, welcome to The Revealing. I am your host, Pavarotti, here to discuss the Idaho 4 case. As always, as a disclaimer, this channel is for entertainment purposes only. These are my opinions, not here to slander anyone. And with that being said, let's get started. This is going to be a short video. I wanted to do a reaction video to really a clip that I watched from a content creator called Forensic Frenzy. I watched it just a little bit ago. Very interesting. Forensic Frenzy, if you're not familiar with her, she does an excellent job going through the court records and putting things together. She really does pick fly shit out of black pepper. She probably doesn't agree with me and my thoughts, but that's okay. I don't believe everybody has to agree with me. It's like an earthquake or something there. One thing, speaking of that, one thing I do need to go through and own up to, I was wrong on the eclipse. In my defense, I did say it may just be a pretty event in the sky, but if not, it's better to be on the side of caution. So if you went out and bought those provisions, good for you, because you may need them. I don't know if y'all watched the news or not, but Iran just bombed Israel yesterday in retaliation to them bombing their embassy, which seemed like a pretty dumb thing to do, to bomb Iran's embassy. So you would expect a retaliation. Now Israel's going to retaliate, and if we get involved in that, you can bet that'll stir up all of the dissidents here in America to want to do something to us. So keep those provisions and keep them in hand. But putting all that to the side, as I was watching, to be real frank, I wasn't even watching it. I've been working on putting together this next video for you to unpack all the things that I told you I was going to unpack. And I'm currently working on that, and I expect to have that out to you later this evening. It's going to be the start of something. The wife and I put together a project board. And as I went through and I worked on that, and I started putting the timeline and everything on the board and the players involved and connecting the dots, I got to tell you, it kind of sent chills up my spine just a little bit. So when I do release that video later this evening, I'm going to have to figure out a way to, I don't know, I'm going to have to figure out a way to indemnify myself a little bit so that I don't end up on a milk carton or in court for some reason for slander, even though it's just my opinions and speculations. I have a lot of people that kind of point that out. But I'm going to have to figure out a way to do that without being too specific. So I might have to leave it a little bit cryptic for y'all. But in the meantime, I wanted to do this video because as I was putting together the board that I'm working on, I was listening to this in the background, and I always listen to Forensic Frenzy's videos because, again, she does a very good job breaking things down. But what she had on was an excerpt from the court hearing that I watched intently, and there was something I didn't catch, and as I heard it in the background, I went, "What? Did I hear that right?" And I had to stop what I was doing and go rewind it and listen to it again, and I'll be darned if I didn't hear it. Now, I don't know if it was just a Freudian slip, but sometimes when a prosecutor makes a Freudian slip, it's because that's what's on his mind. So let's take a look at this little clip. This is, again, from Forensic Frenzy's video she was showing earlier.
Or allegedly stalked one of the victims. That's false. You know that to be false.
Which one?
That Mr. Koberger allegedly stalked one of the victims.
Yes, I was trying not to say that because
but you knew that was false.
I did.
Yes. And so you have now, for anybody who had never heard that before, that question is now planted into them, unqualified representation that Mr. Koberger stalked one of the witnesses, and that's false.
That's false. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, did y'all catch that Freudian slip? It's kind of hard to detect. As the prosecutor went through, he said, it's not true that Mr. Koberger stalked the victim, right? You know that was not true. Mr. Koberger stalked the victim, right? You knew it wasn't true. But the third time he said it, and if you didn't catch it, he said, so you knew it wasn't true that Kohberger did not stalk one of the witnesses. I went, what? One of the witnesses? Where'd that come from? Did y'all hear it? Okay, let me let you hear it again.
Allegedly stalked one of the victims. That's false. You know that to be false.
Which one?
That Mr. Kohberger allegedly stalked one of the victims.
Yes, I was trying not to say that because.
But you knew that was false.
I did.
Yes. And so you have now, for anybody who had never heard that before, that question is now planted into them, unqualified representation that Mr. Kohberger stalked one of the witnesses, and that's false.
That's false. Yes.
Did you hear it that time? I thought that was interesting. Maybe just a Freudian slip, or maybe just a regular old-fashioned slip. I don't know. But anyway, again, I wanted to tell you about the video. It's coming out later tonight. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to break some stuff down. I'm just having to figure out a way to break it down to where I don't break myself down. So, but in the meantime, please like and subscribe to the channel. Be on the lookout for that next video. And please post your comments, criticisms. And as always, Pavarotti is out for now.